Well, my name's Anne.
I'm Catherine.
Okay. And you've been fostering a lot longer than me, but I've been fostering for 5.5 years.
I've been fostering for 16 years and I've fostered about 125 children in the last 16 years.
And what was it that made you want to do it initially?
I think for me, I grew up in a household with an amalgamated family, so my brothers and sisters aren't my real brothers and sisters. They all had their own issues, and watching how my parents have dealt with many different things as the kids grew up was quite inspiring. And then, yeah, to me it seemed quite natural that you can look after somebody else's children and parent them, whereas some people just say, oh, I couldn't tell somebody else's child what to do, I couldn't this. It just feels quite natural for me. I feel quite confident with children, so yeah, I don't find it difficult to love other people's children.
So I suppose then the biggest aspect for you is the rewarding aspect of it, and the fact that it feels natural.
So the first thing is, I know I can do it. Before you foster, I think most of us have an idea that we feel quite confident in kind of the way we bring kids up and an ability not to kind of judge them, and we can accept them for who they are. And then it just feels quite natural for me.
A lot of people say, well, I don't know how you can do it. How can you look after them and then they get taken off you? And I think you turn it on its head and think, we have an opportunity. They borrow us as their parents because they don't have parents at that minute. But we have an opportunity to, decide where their life goes from, what school they go to, what services, what support, everything that they need. And that's quite a, it's quite a privilege, to help shape somebody's life that isn't part of you,
I was just thinking when you said that about 3 children that we had who arrived with us at midnight one night. It was an emergency placement. The biggest thing that the agency was saying, well, have you got enough bedroom space for them all? Have you got three spare bedrooms? And then they all just huddled and climbed into the same bed and just were in a little group together, like little frightened rabbits, and just all snuggled into the same bed. So a big joke about all the, separate beds and separate bedrooms and all these worries that social workers had because they were so scared. And they really relied on each other for their comfort. We got a phone call from social services to say, we're going to split the kids up. So at 9 o'clock I got on the phone and I got an injunction to stop social services splitting the children up. And it was fantastic. They then looked very hard and found somebody that could take all 3 children. And their mum is so grateful to me for that. She wrote and said, I'm just so happy that you managed to keep them together. And that's what makes it really worthwhile, doesn't it? And it is great to see positives with the kids. And we've obviously, when you do it for quite a long time, you see the children becoming adults and having their own kids as well. And the things that they say to us, the messages we get from them are so lovely.
It's the privilege of shaping someone's life. You then see them as an adult in the future. In your head, our lad there, we can see him now, what sort of future he could have, should have had, a future we want to make him achieve. And you have to just keep that in your head and think, how can I get him there? It's almost like any other journey. How do I get him there?
So you said that you've had a lot of long-term ones.
Yeah.
Is that the majority?
No, because I was a short-term carer to begin with. What really did it were 2 little boys that came to me that they were aged 2 and 4, and they'd had 11 foster placements in 18 months.
Gosh.
And
they
were desperate. They were absolutely desperate for stability. Yeah. You kind of then have to just sort of think, do you know what, we need to
dig deep.
Yeah, we need to do this. This is what they need. Their kids, they need this, and we can provide it. And yeah.